This is the terrifying story of the hotel room that calls itself. Back in the 1970s, a traveler from Canada was on a trip of a lifetime through Europe. He had a month off from work and was backpacking through France, Italy, and Greece. But as his vacation neared its end, he knew he had to head back to reality and get back to his job. So he booked a flight home from Athens and made his way to the airport. When he checked in for his flight, the agent told him that his baggage was overweight and would have to be checked. So he paid the extra charge and made his way to the gate. But when he arrived, it was a domestic gate and there was no one there. And as he waited for someone to help him, he noticed a small sign that said the flight was delayed due to mechanical problems. He assumed they'd fix it soon, so he sat down and waited. And that's when the phone in his hand started to ring. He almost jumped out of his skin because he hadn't heard it before. He looked around to see if anyone was nearby, but the gate was empty. So he answered the phone. On the other end was a gruff voice that said, "You're not supposed to be here." Then the line went dead. He shrugged it off as a prank and went to find a bathroom. But that's when the phone rang again. And when he answered, the voice was closer now. It sounded like it was right outside his door. "You're not supposed to be here," it rasped, and then it hung up. He got scared and ran to the bathroom. He locked himself in a stall and waited for someone to come in and ask him what was wrong. But no one did. So he left and went back to the gate. But the phone kept ringing and the voice kept whispering the same thing. And finally he picked up the phone and said, "Who is this?" There was a pause and then a voice said, "Help me." And then the line went dead. When the flight was finally announced, he ran to board the plane. He didn't want to talk about it, but the flight attendant overheard him talking to himself and asked if he was okay. When she heard his story, she told him that room 223 at that hotel was never supposed to be a guest room. It was reserved for important people who weren't supposed to be there. And as soon as he stepped off the plane, he got a call on his room phone. It was the front desk asking him why he hadn't checked out yet. When he told them he didn't have a room, they said that he must have been mistaken because he'd never checked in. Some rooms just don't like visitors. That's all for this episode. But if you like this kind of scary, I've got 2 more videos that are sure to creep you out. Just click here to keep watching.